स्वागतम महंत स्वामी महाराज।
नारायण भगवाननी जय, अक्षर पुरुषोत्तम महाराजनी जय, गुणातीतानंद स्वामी महाराजनी जय, राधा कृष्ण भगवाननी जय, सियावर रामचंद्र भगवाननी जय, उमापति शंकर भगवाननी जय, प्रमुख स्वामी महाराजनी जय, गुरु हरि महंत स्वामी महाराजनी जय. Ladies, gentlemen and distinguished guests, Namaste, Jai Swaminarayan, Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Siyaram, Jai Jalaram and Jai Jinendra. On behalf of the BAPS Sri Swaminarayan Sanstha, it gives me great pleasure in welcoming you all to the Nisdan Mandir for what I sincerely hope will be both a memorable and inspiring occasion as we celebrate the contributions of British Hindus. The British Hindu journey is by no standards ordinary. It is hugely significant, for we have been resilient in being able to adapt to a foreign land, assimilate the British culture and its values, accommodate to a Western way of life, and assiduously avail of all the economic, educational, and social benefits that this glorious country has afforded us. Yet most importantly, we have been able to achieve all of this and more whilst being faithful and deeply rooted to our culture, heritage, and Sanatan Hindu Dharma. This, my friends, is no small feat. It is a proud and momentous achievement for the million-plus strong Hindu brothers and sisters that reside in all corners of this land and who you have come here today to represent. It is my huge privilege to introduce to you some of these Hindus, devotees from the ISKCON Temple, the Telugu Association of London, and the Chinmaya Mission, to start off the celebrations by offering an auspicious Kirtan medley.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopala, Jaya Jaya Radha Ramana Hari, Govinda Jaya Jaya, Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopala, Jaya Jaya Radha Ramana Hari, Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopala, Jaya Jaya Radha Ramana Hari, Govinda Jaya Jaya, Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopala, Jaya Jaya Radha Ramana Hari, Govinda Jaya Jaya, Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopala, Jaya Jaya Radha Ramana Hari, Govinda Jaya Jaya, Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopala, Jaya Jaya Radha Ramana Hari, Govinda Jaya Jaya, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nitai Gaura Premanande.
So today we present to you a Carnatic composition by Saint Tyagaraja. It's called Prakkala Nilabadi. It's in the raga Karahara Priya. In the composition, Tyagaraja quite enthusiastically asks Lakshmana and Sita Devi, how does it feel to stand next to Lord Rama? Thank you, we hope you like it. Prakkala nilabadi, prakkala nilabadi, prakkala nilabadi, prakkala nilabadi, prakkala nilabadi, prakkala nilabadi. Prakala nila చుక్కల రాయ నీ చుక్కల రాయ నీ చుక్కల రాయ నీ గేరు మోముగల సుదతి సీతమ్మ సౌమిత్రి సుదతి సీతమ్మ సౌమిత్రి శ్రీరాముని కిరు ప్రకల నిలబడి గొలిచే మోచట మగ పరాద ప్రకల నిలబడి కనువు చేవందన మొనరించు చునార తనువు చేవందన మొనరించు చునార చనువున నామ కీర్తన సేయు చునార చనువున నామ కీర్తన సేయు చునార మనసున దలచి మై మరచి మనసున దలచి మై మరచి మనసున దలచి మై మరచి నిన రుచి త్యాగరాజునితో ఓ నిన రుచి త్యాగరాజునితో శ్రీరాముని గిరు ప్రకల నిలబడి గొలిచే ముచ్చట మగదెల్ పరాద ప్రకల నిలబడి ప్రకల నిలబడి ప్రకల నిలబడి Thank you so much.
अतुलित बलधामं हेमशैलाभदेहम् धनुजवनकृशानं ज्ञानिनामग्रगण्यं सकलगुणनिधानं वानरानामधीशम् रघुपतिप्रियभक्तं वातजातं नमामि। श्रीगुरुचरणसरोज निजमनमुकुरसुधा वरनौ रघुवरभीमलजसो जोदायक फलच बुद्धिहीन तनुजानिके सुमिरो भगवन सुमिरो पवन कुमार बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि हरहु कलेश विकार। जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर जय कपीश तिहु लोक उजागर रामदूत अतुलित बलधाम अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नाम महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी कुमत निवार सुमति के संगी कंचन वरन विराज सुबेशा कानन कुंडल कुंचित केशा हाथ वज्र ध्वजा विराजे कांदे मूंछ जनेऊ साजे शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन विद्यावान गुणीयति चातुर राम काज करिबे को आतुर प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबे को रसिया राम लखन सीता मन बसिया सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सियहि दिखावा विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा भीम रूप धरि असुर सवार रामचंद्र के काज सवार लाय संजीवन लखन जियाए श्री रघुवीर हर्षि उर लाए रघुपति कीनी बहुत बड़ाई तुम मम प्रिय भरतहि सम भाई सहस बदन तुमरो यश गावे अस कहि श्रीपति कंठ लगावे सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा नारद सारद सहित अहिसा यम कुबेर दिगपाल चहांते कभी कोविद कही सके कहांते तुम उपकार सुग्रीवन कीना राम मिलाय राजपद दीना तुमरो मंत्र विभीषण माना लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना युग सहस्र जो जन पर भानु लीलोताहि मधुर फल जानु प्रभु मुद्रिका मेलि मुख माहि जलधि लांग गए अचरज नाहि दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते सुगम अनुग्रह तुम रे देते राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे होत न आज्ञा बिनु पैसारे सब सुख लहे तुम्हारी शरण तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना आपन तेज समारो आपे तीनों लोक हांकते कापे भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे महावीर जब नाम सुनावे नासे रोग हरे सब पीरा जपत निरंतर हनुमत बीरा संकट से हनुमान चुरावे मन क्रम बचन ध्यान जो लावे सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा तिनके काज सकल तुम साजा और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे सोई अमित जीवन फल पावे चारों युग प्रताप तुम्हारा हे प्रसिद्ध जगत उजियारा साधु संत के तुम रखवारे असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे अष्ट सिद्धि नवनिधि के दाता अस पर दीन जानकी माता राम रसायन तुमरे पासा सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा तुमरे भजन राम को पावे जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे अंत काल रघुवर पुर जाए जहाँ जन्म है भक्त कहाए और देवता चित्तन धरनी हनुमत से सर्व सुख करनी संकट कटे मिटे सब पीरा जो सुमिरे हनुमत बलबीर जय 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 हनुमान गुसाई किनाई जो सत बार पाठ कर कोई छूट ही बंदी महासुख होई जो यह पर हनुमान चालीसा होय सिद्धि साखी गौरी सा तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा की जय नाथ हृदय महादेव पवन तनय संकट हरन मंगल मूर्ति रूप राम लखन सीता सहित हृदय बसो सुरभूप सियावर रामचंद्र की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय उमापति महादेव की जय बोलो भय सब संतन की जय.
Thank you once again to all the extremely talented singers and musicians from the ISKCON Temple, the Telugu Association of London and the Chinmaya Mission. Thank you once again for entertaining and treating us with that enchanting and melodious Kirtan Bhakti. Now, just a polite reminder for all the invited guests, if you could kindly refrain from photography or video recording, because all the photographs will be available in a future date on the BAPS website. Many thanks. Now, the contributions of British Hindu women cannot be overstated. Theirs is a story checkered by the struggles and sacrifices of daily life, interwoven within the fabric of our very society, often hidden and often unacknowledged. These are the mothers who nurture, wives who care and love, sisters who comfort, and daughters who bring joy. Yet beyond these domestic ideals, these are the same driven, dedicated, determined, and dynamic British women who are successful in all sectors of professional life. And they achieve all of this and beyond by being firmly wedded to the principles of Hindu Dharma. I'm sure you will all agree, my friends, that the British Hindu women seated here all deserve a round of applause. It is only therefore fitting that we bear witness to some of the shining examples of the British Hindu women's contributions. We shall now witness this on the screen.
Being a British Hindu woman is not just about religious affiliation. It is also about cultural and social identity, encompassing a range of roles and responsibilities that we embrace, both within and outside our homes. We are mothers, daughters, sisters, professionals, volunteers. The key to our authenticity are our values, which converge to reveal our identity as proud British Hindu women.
Being a British Hindu woman is a really core part of my identity. It's not only grown with me over time, it's also nurtured me. It drives me forward to achieve the absolute best that I can. And over time, I've learned to balance it, I've learned to embrace it. And during my day-to-day lives, the values that guide me are deeply rooted in being a British Hindu woman.
I'm extremely proud to be a British Hindu woman. Working in the police service is an absolute privilege, and I'm here to show that Hindu women are determined, confident, resilient, and are able to put our minds to anything and achieve great things.
I am a daughter, I'm a mother, I'm also a wife, and I'm also a social worker. So I try to do all these activities in my best possible way.
In the professional world, kindness is often seen as a weakness. However, for me, kindness is actually a superpower. It allows me to lead with people at the heart of what I do.
Learning from my faith has really helped in my studies and my career. For example, reminding me of things like it takes hard work and prayers for success. And although I work in a really fast-paced and demanding environment, It's drawing upon teachings such as this that ensure that I always do my best and, most importantly, stay firmly grounded.
So many Hindu women have done amazing work. I mean, I have seen through the mandirs, the spiritual places where women make a lot of difference. And you can see, like during COVID, how we all got together and make sure that we became a large community in terms of supporting each other because there was a real need.
Every day we are surrounded by bias and judgment. But having a firm understanding of what is important to me and having a strong foundation, well, that gives me the confidence to be myself and not feel like I need to change to fit in.
It is my Hindu values and my Guru's teaching in joy of others lies our own, keeps me going and actually helps me to make the right decision in my job. And I never shy away from speaking up what I believe in, which is right for me and for the community.
I feel it's a huge responsibility and a privilege to call myself a British Hindu woman. Focus, commitment, resilience, excellence, I strive for it on a day-to-day basis. And it's only that that enables me to both juggle my work life and the balance at home.
The spirit of being a volunteer really motivates me, and I'm inspired to do more for my family, for my community, for my friends. It gives me so much energy, and I'm so looking forward to a very positive future.
This beautiful divine mandir has given me lifelong friendships. It's also a divine place to practice my bhakti, my devotion, and also a wonderful place to celebrate, have lots of fun with my family and friends, and all that brings me so much joy.
An inspiring showcase of some of the British Hindu women who have done tremendous amount of work and contributed to modern-day Britain. As the world struggles to grapple with discord, discontent, disease, and degradation, we all bear witness that in the end, it is human compassion, it is selfless service, it is the noble thoughts that have provided light in the times of deep darkness. The oldest of the Hindu scriptures, the Vedas, proclaim, Ano Badra Kratavo Yanto Vishwataha, meaning, let noble thoughts come to me from all directions. And they state, Om Shantihi, Shantihi, Shantihi. Let there be peace. Let it prevail in the body, the mind, the spirit. And let there be peace in the past, the present, and the future. Friends, let us make the transition from the chaos and upheaval of the modern day life to the calm, soothing and peaceful Vedic prayers that will be sung by the children of the BAPS Swaminarayan Sanstha. At the same time, I invite Pujya Tyagvallabh Swami, a senior sadhu within the BAPS organization, to come and light the Divo. I also invite distinguished guests across the Haveli to take their positions to light the Divo lamp, symbolizing the enduring and shining human spirit.
Akshara Purushottamaya Namaha. Om Shri Radha Krishnaya Namaha. Om Shri Sitaramaya Namaha. Shankaraya Namaha. Om Shri Sarvadevebhyo Namaha. Om Shri Sarvagurubhyo Namaha. Ata Shri Gayatri Mantraha. Om Bhurvasvaha तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्.
O God, Thou art the giver of life, the remover of pain and sorrow, the bestower of happiness. O Creator of the universe, may we receive Thy supreme sin-destroying light. May Thee guide our intellect. Ata Shanti Pataha.
Harihi Om Dyoho Shantirantarishagun Shantihi Prithvi Shantirapah Shantirokadayah Shantihi Vanaswatayah Shantirvishve Devaha Shanti Brahma Shantihi Sarvagun Shantihi Shanti Deva Shantihi Shama Shanti Redi Jato Yatah Samipase Tato No Abhayam Guru Shannaha Kuru Prajabhyo Bhayannaha Pashubhyaha Vishwani Deva Savita Duritani Parasuva Jagadantanna Asuva Om Shantihi 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 Shantirabhavatu Sarvarishta Shantirabhavatu.
O God, may peace prevail in the heavens, the skies and the atmosphere. May peace prevail on earth, in the water, herbs, plants and trees. May peace prevail among all realms of the universe. May peace, peace and peace prevail unto us.
Om Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya.
O God, lead us from ignorance unto truth. Lead us from darkness unto light. Lead us from death unto immortality.
Om Sahanavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahe Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahe. Om Shantihi Shantihi Shantihi.
O God, may we be protected together, may we be nourished together, may we excel together, but may we never quarrel with one another. May there be peace, peace and only peace. Ata Satsanga Diksha.
Swami Narayana Sakshat Akshara Purushottamaha Sarvebhya Paramam Shantin Anandam Sukhamarpayet.
May Swaminarayan Bhagwan, who is Akshara Purushottam Maharaj himself, bestow ultimate peace, bliss and happiness upon all.
Dehoyam sadhanam mukte nabhogamatra sadhanam dullabha nashtavashtayam varam varam na labhyate.
This body is a means for moksha, not merely a means for indulgence. Rare and perishable, this body is not repeatedly attained.
Laukiko vyavaharastu deha nirvaha hetukaha naiva sa paramam laksham asya manushya janmanaha.
Personal and family activities are only for the sustenance of the body. They are not the ultimate objective of this human birth.
Nashaya sarva doshanam ब्रह्मस्थितेरवाप्तये कर्तुं भगवतो भक्तिम् asya dehasya lambanam.
This body has been received to eradicate all flaws, attain the Brahmic state and offer devotion to Bhagwan.
Sarvam idam hi satsangal labhyate nishtitam janaihi atha sadeva satsanga karaniyo mumukshubhihi.
All this is certainly attained by practicing satsang. Therefore, mumukshus should always practice satsang.
Acharo va vicharo va tadrukaryo na karhichit anyesham ahitam dukkam yena syat kleshavardhanam.
One should never act or think in a way that is hurtful or damaging to others or that increases conflict.
Prashantir jayatam yukto manushyer dharmashalibihi sansara sadhana shiler adhyatma marga shanstitehi.
May the world be filled with people who are peaceful, righteous and engrossed in spiritual endeavors and who tread the path of spirituality.
Aikyam mitha suradbhavo maitri karunyam evacha sahana shilata sneha sarvajaneshu vardatam.
May mutual unity, suradabhav, friendship, compassion, tolerance and love flourish among all people.
Thank you very much to all the guests for partaking in that Deep Pragatya ceremony. But I especially want to thank the very young children from the BAPS Swaminarayan Sanstha who have aptly demonstrated that the future of our Vedic Sanatana Hindu Dharma is safe and secure in future generations. So a round of applause. Now it is my huge honor to invite to the podium Sadhu Yogdas, head Swami at the mandir here. Born and raised as a British Hindu himself, Yogdas Swami qualified as a medical doctor from the University of Leicester. He was then initiated as a sadhu at the hands of Param Pujya Pramukh Swami Maharaj, following which he undertook a 6-year in-depth study of Hindu scriptures in India. He then returned to the United Kingdom, and since 2005, he has been the head Swami here and oversees all of the socio-religious activities of the BAPS Sri Swaminarayan Sanstha across UK and Europe. I'm delighted to invite him on the stage to deliver the welcome address. Pujya Yogdas Swami.
Namaste, Jai Swaminarayan, Jai Shri Krishna. A very warm welcome to everyone present here today. We are indeed honored to welcome you all for this very special celebration of British Hinduism at Neasden Temple. Because today's event is our event, an event for all Hindus across the country. His Holiness Mahant Swami Maharaj, the spiritual leader of BAPS Swaminarayan Sanstha, has organized this event for us to celebrate our collective contributions, to learn from one another, to be inspired, and to make meaningful connections with one another. This is Mahant Swami Maharaj's vision for our gathering today. In 1991, when Pramukh Swami Maharaj laid the foundation stones for this mandir. Again in 1995, when he opened this mandir, on both occasions, he echoed one sentiment. He said that this mandir is for everyone. He said that this mandir will serve our Sanatana Hindu Dharma. This mandir will nourish our faith in God, and it will bring peace to everyone who visits. So I'm sure Pramukh Sai Maharaj would be delighted at this event being organized tonight, as the mandir is serving the purpose for which he created. As we know, Hinduism is the world's oldest living religion with a rich cultural and spiritual heritage. And over the years, Hindu Dharma has spread across the world, and today it is being practiced by millions of people, including those of us here in the United Kingdom. Today we are gathered to celebrate that rich cultural and spiritual heritage of Hindu Dharma in the United Kingdom. Today's event is an opportunity to deepen our understanding of the rich and diverse spiritual traditions that make up British Hinduism. Today's event is a moment for us to connect with one another. Today's event is a time to celebrate our shared values and to honor the valuable contributions that all of us British Hindus make and continue to make in our society. So it gives me great pleasure on behalf of Guru Hari Mahant Swami Maharaj and everyone who is part of BAPS Swaminarayan Sanstha in the UK to welcome you all to this evening titled Celebrating British Hindu Contributions. We pray to our Hindu deities, our gurus, our sages, that we are all collectively enriched and divinely inspired this evening. Thank you.
Thank you very much for those kind and warm words, Pujya Yogdas Swami. One of the defining characteristics of being British Hindu is the manner in which we have seamlessly forged a unique and distinct entity for ourselves. British Hindus have unassumingly integrated two seemingly different and diverse cultures and traditions. But there is no dichotomy, there is no tension, there is no identity crisis, for we are decisively British and Hindus in equal measure. We are British Hindus, proudly British and devotedly Hindus. This is an achievement that deserves cherishing, a journey that merits reflecting upon, and a future that augurs success. I now invite on the stage Koshal Patel, a leading volunteer of the BAPS organization, who will take us all on an immersive and interactive journey of British Hindus and their contribution to modern-day Britain. Koshal Patel.
Namaste and good evening, everyone. A very warm welcome to tonight's event, where we are gathered here to celebrate just how far the British Hindu community has come and how much it contributes to the betterment of society. There's a saying that I feel sums up the British Hindu community quite well. We'll just get that on the screen momentarily. And it says, work hard in silence and let success be your noise. British Hindus have been very successful. But what does this success look like? Let's take a look at some numbers. Hinduism is the third largest religion in UK. There's about over 1 million Hindus, which comprises approximately 1.7% of the UK population. In the latest research and the latest census data from 2021, Hindus, specifically 2/3 of them, in the UK have a degree or an equivalent higher education qualification. This is amongst the highest of all faith groups. More than 2/5 of Hindus work in high-skill occupations. Generally, for several decades, Hindus have been very economically active, hard-working, giving back to the country that we live in. Just take the NHS, for example. 8.6% of doctors are Hindu. This is 5 times higher proportionally by population, which just goes to show how dedicated they are to these professions. Not just the medical field, but other crucial professions and innovation throughout the UK that drive the economy forward, Hindus are a part of, such as law, engineering, finance, and IT. The proportion of Hindus joining these professions relative to the national average is very high. Another statistic, another figure, which is very hard to put into numbers, is that Hindus have very good, strong family social values, where often we see several generations living together happily under one roof. This is important to the fabric of our society. It gives richness to our country, its multiculturalism, and the economy overall. So to sum up, Hindus have come a long way in a very short time. From the immigrations following the partition in the 1950s, to the 1970s exodus from Africa, to more recent waves of migration, Indians, Hindus have done very well, they've integrated well and excelled. After all, we're not only running corner shops anymore, we're running 10 Downing Street too. So what is it about Hindus that have made us so successful and that motivates us to continue to contribute to the economy, to the country? Well, I feel it's something to do with our ability to be in harmony with ourselves and others. We have mastered the art of balancing being modern citizens of this country as well as being firmly rooted in a faith tradition that gives us, that provides us the ethos, a set of values that guides our everyday lives. At the same time, British values of ambition, determination, compassion, that animate the spirit of being British, we have mastered those too. And we've combined them seamlessly with notions of pluralism, duty, and sacrifice that the great scriptures of Sanatan Hindu Dharma teach us. For example, if we look at the Srimad Bhagavad Gita, in the 3rd Adhyay, Shlok number 20, Sri Krishna Bhagwan prescribes Loka Sangraha, literally our duty to the greater welfare of the world. Our duty to the greater welfare of the world is part of our own path towards spiritual perfection. Being Hindu means being united, being in sync with the wider world, and fulfilling our civic duties, our responsibilities in a noble way. Likewise, His Holiness, Mahant Swami Maharaj, also emphasizes in the Satsang Diksha in Shloks 201, 202, and 206, for rulers and citizens both alike, Suvevastha Vidatavya, Sarva Bhyudaya Hetuna, that we should obey the law of the land we live in and look to work for the welfare of all. These are the words of Mahant Swami Maharaj in the Satsang Diksha. Just as the scriptures have been a guiding beacon, likewise, mandirs up and down the country have been a constant source of peace, of stability, and values. They've given they're not just places of worship, but they've given Hindus a place to go and call their home and a platform for them to flourish and develop and integrate well, being grounded with their Hindu identity. And also, we cannot forget our elders, our parents and our grandparents, who came to this country with nothing. Actually, that's not true. They did come with one very important, most valuable possession, and that was their Hindu values, which they retained and passed on to everyone we hear here today. And because of that, we are able to share that with others, to share that goodness and glory with others. So we thank our parents and our elders for giving us this opportunity. British Hindus today are very proud of being British and being Hindu. We have very well gelled both of these. And it is very important that today, young Hindus growing up in modern Britain, They have something to be proud of. They have something to aspire towards. They have something to contribute by virtue of their identity of being British and Hindu as well. As we gather here today to celebrate the greatness and the amount of goodness that British Hindus have given and spread everywhere, we also pause. We also pause to reflect and introspect at who we are. Where have we reached and where are we going? Because with this understanding, with this we gain the confidence to be able to carry forward the legacy that organizations and leaders that are here, present here today, and generations before us have worked so hard to create. We can carry this legacy forward. The eminent Hindus such as Swami Vivekananda, Srila Prabhupada, and Pramukh Swami Maharaj, they all stepped onto British shores and left an imprint. Now it is our turn. It is our turn to build on these foundations, to grow these aspirations, to spread this goodness and glory of Hindu culture everywhere, and share these values with everyone alike. It is our shared responsibility. It is our shared responsibility that we live to these British Hindu ideals and we pave forward the path for the future generations to come. It is our responsibility, and that duty of ours starts today, now, as we strive not only to be better Hindus, but to be better British Hindus. Thank you. Namaste.
Namaste. The great Hindu epic, the Mahabharata, teaches us, Na sa sabha yatrana santi vruddhaha. The true value of a gathering is not the grandeur of its venue or the slick operations of its stage management. It's the caliber of the attendees present, which provided the eminence and esteem. And when we say vruddhaha, we don't just mean people of sheer age, but gnana vruddha, tapo vruddha. People mature through their wisdom and work. We are blessed today to be among a gathering of not only friends, but who also happen to be highly accomplished Hindus in their respective fields. Before we call upon each one of them to share with us the fantastic work of British Hindus in society, just a brief word about how the next part of this assembly is structured. When we embarked upon this journey, we were really wondering how to structure it. And so we attempted it really as a very modest attempt, a collaborative effort. And we reached out to several organizations, several Hindu groups, and we had calls, and together we thought, together we brainstormed, and together we attempted to give a coherent structure to all the great work that all of you have been doing. And it gradually emerged that there were 4 or 5 key fields, key areas where all this work comes together. First, charity and social work. Second, child and youth development. Third, public service. Fourth, faith and worship. And fifth, arts and culture. These are the segments which will help structure the rest of our evening. And what we did was also request the various organizations to help us and provide the great work that they have been doing in these fields. And through the information and visuals that they presented from about 30 or 40 different organizations, we have been able to collate them into video montages and short video reels, which we'll be seeing through the course of today before each speaker. Our first topic then is the topic of charity and social work. We have someone who really couldn't be better suited to it to tell us about all that, and that is Shri Nileshbhai Solanki. He is a very highly respected figure within the Hindu community, not least because of his tireless seva. He has grown up within the Hindu fold, holding various national responsibilities in different organizations. After graduating from university with a degree in business studies, Nilesh Bhai gave a whole year as a full-time volunteer for HSS UK. He was also a former member of the advisory body for the National Hindu Students Forum UK. He was the founder and former chair of the PwC Hindu Network, one of the first Hindu networks in the city, which started over 20 years ago. And currently he serves as the Assistant General Secretary for Seva UK, which is part of an international movement of active in more than 25 countries. So who better to share with us contributions of British Hindus in the field of charity and social work than Nilesh Bhai Solanki. But before we invite him to speak, we have a short video reel.
पूज्य महंत स्वामी महाराज, distinguished guests, समाज के अन्य अधिकारी, बहनों और भाइयों, नमस्ते, जय स्वामीनारायण, जय श्री कृष्ण. The essence of seva holds a significant place in our dharma, our culture and our values. Seva, derived from Sanskrit, meaning to serve or attend, is an integral part of our lives. Through the act of seva, individuals can nurture a spirit of humility, compassion, selflessness, as they engage in acts of service without expectation. It is a powerful tool that allows us to make a positive impact on the lives of others and communities. I would like to share with you some remarkable examples of seva organizations and initiatives that have deserved recognition and celebration today. These organizations have inspired us to do more and make a substantial difference in the world today. One such organization is GoDharmic, an international humanitarian organization which has over 10,000 volunteers globally, distributed over 17 million meals, and attended disasters like Turkey earthquake, Ukraine, as well as floods in Pakistan. They have developed over 100 government schools in India and are currently helping displaced Hindus, refugees from Pakistan. Another organization, the Hindu Swayamsevak Sangh UK, encourages its 110 shakhas, the chapters, activity centers around the country, to get involved and raise money for charities locally. And they have supported over 50 charities like St. Luke's, Barnardo's, and various other hospices. Their dedication to this serving the community is commendable. BAPS Charities has raised millions of pounds for disaster relief, healthcare, education, and other noble causes through their charitable initiatives. Their commitment to making a difference is truly inspiring. Seva Day to date has given 1.5 million meals and 27,000 Easter eggs, especially during the COVID-19 pandemic, replenishing food banks, supporting care homes, and with 1,500 volunteers across the country, they have shown selflessness, dedication in serving others. Various temples across the country, some examples, the Jalaram Mandir, providing hot meals for the homeless in the city every week, and the ISKCON Mandir, running gurukuls and Goshala and encouraging regular volunteering initiatives for so many people. So many temples across the country are becoming beacons of seva for our communities. The Kalyan Ashram Trust has played a crucial role in helping tribal people in India through education, healthcare, and overall well-being. Their efforts have uplifted numerous lives and created opportunities for a better future. Seva UK, a charity close to my heart, part of a Seva international movement across 25 countries, has raised millions of pounds for humanitarian, disaster relief, and rehabilitation. Their work in response to earthquakes, tsunamis, floods, and medical camps has made a significant impact globally. Even through fun adventure activities like the rickshaw run, 2,500 kilometers across India, raised £250,000 in 2019, and their target for this year is £500,000. These are just some and few examples amongst many organizations and individuals that have dedicated their time to seva. Their collective effort have evolved over time and addressed social and community challenges, leading to stronger communities and promoting social cohesion. Engaging in acts of seva not only benefits recipients, but also has a profound impact on the individuals, their well-being as well as their health. Research has shown that acts of kindness and altruism improves mood, reduces stress, and enhances overall well-being. An inspiring example I'd like to share with you is at the Hindu Sahitya Kendra in Leicester, the first Hindu bookshop, managed by senior citizens, where an inspirational Liladhar Kaka, who unfortunately passed away this year at the age of 94, gave 26 years of his seva serving at Hindu Sahitya Kendra shop. There are many unsung heroes like Liladhar Kaka. Furthermore, Seva has played a pivotal role in supporting communities to overcome challenges that the society faces. Organizations like the Hindu Support Network provide assistance to families facing domestic violence, also victims of forced conversion and grooming. The Hindu Mandir Network and the National Council of Hindu Temples provide support for mandirs in training, governance, and fostering community hubs. Collaboration is fundamental aspect of Seva, amplifying its power and impact. Examples of this is the Gujarat earthquake in 2001, where various organizations came together, collaborated with Seva International, and raised over £3 million to rebuild communities, demonstrated strength in working together. In 2019, which we all faced, the whole world, the COVID-19 appeal in India, various charities in UK collaborated to send oxygen concentrators, PPE, and they shared cargo and showcased the power of collaboration. And one example to highlight, Seva International USA, with a remarkable achievement by raising $40 million in supporting the COVID India appeal. It was unprecedented. Very close last year in 2022, during the Ukraine refugee crisis, Seva Europe, BAPS, Go Dharmic, Art of Living, ISKCON, HSS, and Seva UK came together to support the evacuation of 12,000 Indian students. Seva Europe handled 6,000 helpline requests and the help of 350 volunteers. Additionally, 150 ground volunteers from 25 countries worked tirelessly across 18 cities in Ukraine. Seva Europe and Seva UK and Go Dharmic continued their Seva for the refugees at refugee centers on the Poland and Ukraine border, demonstrating unwavering commitment to people of any background and any religion. Seva Day also recently sent 42 tons of supplies to the people of Ukraine. The impact of Seva on social fabric is profound. It fosters a sense of community, promotes a culture of giving, and helps bridge gaps between different socio-economic and cultural groups. By embracing Seva, wrapped around our dharmic philosophy, our Vedantic philosophy, in seeing divinity in all, can create a stable, harmonious, cohesive, collaborative, and loving community fabric. Part of a prasthana, which I recite weekly in my shaka from childhood, Vishva Dharma Prakashena Vishva Shanti Pravartake. Let us enlighten and guide the world with universal dharmic values and work towards universal peace, harmony for all. As the Hindu community in the UK, we should be immensely proud in the Seva efforts that we've undertaken. It is through Seva that we can achieve noble, global, and universal ideals that we strive for. Seva is our supreme duty. Seva Paramo Dharma. By serving all and loving all, we can truly make a difference. Serving together, together we serve better. Namaste.
Thank you, Nilesh Bhai. We know how unfair it is to limit each speaker to just a few minutes, especially when there is so much work to sing about. Alas, we are all the slaves of time. Nevertheless, Nilesh Bhai did a commendable job in summarizing some of the great work that so many Hindu groups around the country are doing. Thank you so much, Nilesh Bhai. Next, we have the field, the very important field of child and youth development, which also incorporates education. And who better to talk us through that than the current president of the largest Hindu student body outside of India, the National Hindu Students Forum UK, the president, Shri Bhavya Shah. Bhavya Shah graduated from Queen Mary's University in London with a degree in computer science and now works as a software engineer in the civil service. He's also an accomplished orator who has graduated from the Vani Speakers Academy. He is without doubt one of the UK's most dynamic young talents, clearly going places and taking Hinduism with him. Thank you for joining us today, Bhavya Bhai. We invite you to share with us the contributions of British Hindus in the field of child and youth development. But first, a short video reel.
Namaste, Jai Swami, His Holiness, Mahant Swami Maharaj, Adhikaris, respected elders, my dignitaries, and sisters and brothers. You see, the British Hindu identity is tough, and definitely for children and youth alike. This experience is delicately balanced between two things. On one side, we must pay respects and seek inspiration from our Punya Bhumi, Bharat. We must understand that our dharma and values come from that land. And on the other side, we must actively contribute to our Karma Bhumi, the UK. So whether it means cheering for England in the World Cup, or cheering for Kohli when he hits the next century, the British Hindu youth have to balance this. And as you know, the British Hindu youth are dynamic. They're strong, they're powerful. But they display certain qualities that we can all learn from. From a young age in the UK, a lot of us and our youth understand and begin to understand the Hindu identity. What does it mean to be a Hindu? How can I live a dharmic life? So some schools, such as the Swaminarayan School, inspired by Pujya Pramukh Swami, that educated over thousands of students in its lifetime of 20 years. Whether it's the exemplary Avanti Trust, started 15 Hindu schools in the last 10 years, bringing Hindu schools to the mainstream media. You see, all of these schools teach our students from a young age our core dharmic principles, whether it's respect, cohesion, or even duty and responsibility. From a young age, we begin to understand what it means to be a Hindu. Now, whether you send your children to BAPS Youth, Shakhas across the country, Balgokulams, Chinmaya Youth, Swadhyay, Shishukunj, and many, many more, all of these organizations play a pivotal role in shaping this understanding, shaping the core and the bedrock of our belief system, but also how we carry ourselves in society. Because when our children go off to universities, most often it's the first time away from home. Universities are a tough time for many. But you see, our Hindu youth choose to start Hindu societies at universities. The National Hindu Students Forum, founded over 30 years ago, stands as a strong pillar for any Hindu youth going to university in the UK, providing a safe space, a space that feels like home away from home, but more importantly, a space to strengthen this Hindu identity, this British Hindu identity. So you see, all of these things come together, shape the youths of today. But actually, I want to share one story about how our youth are making an impact through their own right. Recently, a sixth form in Manchester, some students got together and started a Hindu society at their school. In their lunch times, in their break times, they would give talks on Hindu dharma, festivals, utsavs coming up. And they had a great track record. So much so that the faculty members of that school have now been approaching our sixth form students to ask advice of how they should teach about Bharat, how they should teach about India, how they should teach Hinduism in that school. That is the power of the youth. So you see, through our understanding and through our strengthening of our identity, we are able to vocalize. The youth of today are able to vocalize and articulate what it means to be a British Hindu. We face a lot of discrimination, whether it be in our workplaces, at university, or in schools. Hindu hate is on the rise. But our youth have been at the forefront of fighting this, leading campaigns online, on social media, or in person. What our youth are doing is making sure that there is a pride in being a British Hindu, that we can stand tall and say, I'm a British Hindu, and the values I contribute to society make this society better. We all know about Vasudeva Kutumbakam. The whole world is one family. And the youth have really taken up this mantra, making sure wherever we go, we take our Hindu identity with us, and we make sure that we positively impact those around us. To my elders, none of this could have been possible without you. It is because of your sheer perseverance, guidance, sacrifice, and dedication that we are able to stand today. So please, I urge you to continue giving your support, ashirwads, and let us achieve greater heights. And to my fellow youth, continue to respect our elders. Listen to them, seek their guidance. Their experience is so rich and immense. And there's one final thing. A lot of people say the youth are the leaders of tomorrow. But actually, the youth are the leaders of today. The youth and the British Hindu youth will pave the way and the understanding and the strengthening and the vocalizing of the British Hindu identity. For we must make Britain more dharmic. Namaste.
Thank you so much, Bhavya Bhai, for that very succinct and emphatic summary. We pray that your career ahead of you and your services to British youth, Hindu youth around the country are equally bhavya. Next, we have an esteemed speaker, another close friend, Shri Manoj Bhai Ladwa. Manoj Bhai, I'm sure most of us will know here. He is the chairman and chief executive of India Inc., a media house he founded in 2010. While being a lawyer by training, Manoj Bhai himself is an accomplished media commentator and also provides strategic advice to investment and political outreach initiatives in India and globally. Manoj Bhai has been an active voice for the Indian diaspora in the UK, where he campaigns on various community issues and strives for better political representation for people of Indian origin in the UK. He is a founder member of the first president of the National Hindu Students Forum UK, a dedicated and humble public servant himself. Who better to speak to us about public service by Hindus in Britain? May I call upon Manoj Bhai to address the Assembly.
Pujaniya Santagan, Matru Shakti, respected elders, sisters, and brothers. Lord Krishna says, "O Arjuna, no effort ever goes to waste in selfless service, and there is no adverse effect. There is always an opportunity to serve, and there is, most importantly, always time." And so, as we celebrate the contribution of British Hindus in public life, we find a rich tapestry where not only opportunities to serve have been embraced, but also time and resources mobilized beyond the normal call of duty. There is perhaps no better example than in our beloved National Health Service. It is therefore only appropriate that in this 75th year of the NHS, we pay tribute to the thousands of British Hindu doctors, nurses, and care workers who, if I can say with no exaggeration, have been the real backbone of the NHS since its very inception. And most recently, on the front line during the pandemic. Sisters and brothers, talking of front line, there can be no greater act of public service than an individual's willingness to make the ultimate sacrifice for the nation. And so this evening, let's pay tribute to three remarkable Hindu women. Lieutenant Commander Bhavna Parmar of the Royal Navy, Lieutenant Colonel Bhairavi Sapre of the Royal Army, and the RAF's first ever British woman, Command Warrant Officer Shobna Earl. Sisters, we are proud of you, but we need more of you, and actually, we need more brothers too. However, there is a group of public servants who we may sometimes feel we need a little less of. Can anyone guess? Politicians. But as Britain seeks to tackle some of the biggest challenges on multiculturalism, climate, conflict, preventative healthcare, and economic strife, I believe some more informed perspectives within some informed Hindu perspectives within British politics and the senior ranks of the British civil service would also be helpful. I am pleased that we now have more MPs, including, of course, our very own first ever British Hindu Prime Minister. And more councillors than ever before. I pay tribute to you all, but for our voices to be heard louder and respected more, we need more. Thank you also to all our British Hindu teachers, local pharmacists, Royal Mail and public transport workers, and all those who from John O'Groats to Land's End serve tirelessly for the public good of our nation. And finally, I see so many friends here today who have received very well-deserved royal honors for their public service. I am sure, however, each and every one of them will agree with me that there can be no better honor, and nothing more fulfilling than to serve one's constituents, one's patients, one's students, and indeed this great nation we all call home. This, sisters and brothers, is the Hindu way, the way of seva that has inspired us for thousands of years. And this is the very simple, same Hindu way that the Prime Minister Rishi Sunak explained so eloquently, yet so simply, as his dharma, our dharma. So thank you to BAPS for giving me, indeed all of us here, the opportunity to celebrate what has been a truly, truly remarkable journey for British Hindus. And with the blessings of Param Pujya Mahant Swami Maharaj and all of our elders gathered here today, as they say, the best is yet to come. Namaste.
Thank you, Sri Manoj Bhai Ladwa, for sharing with us your experience and that insightful and inspiring catalogue of the spirit of public service within the British Hindu community. Now, moving on to the fourth facet of this particular segment, one of the hallmarks of Hinduism is it's blessed with a myriad of rich and colorful rituals, customs and practices that signify our unique bond and devotion with Paramatma Bhagavan. Faith and worship is an integral part of being a Hindu. It is and should be a cornerstone of our daily life. And to elaborate further on this topic of faith and worship in Hinduism, I would like to invite Sadhu Param Tattvadas Swami on the stage. Param Tattvadas Swami was born and raised as a British Hindu himself in the city of Leicester. He was initiated as a sadhu in India at the hands of Param Pujya Pramukh Swami Maharaj in 1992, following which he pursued higher studies and attained a PhD doctorate in Hindu theology from the University of Oxford. A gifted, knowledgeable and accomplished scholar, he currently oversees the academic and outreach activities of the BAPS organization across Europe and UK. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Pujya Param Tattvadas Swami.
कृष्ण शिव स्वामी नारायण इष्ट देव का न्यारा मंदिर।
राम कृष्ण शिव स्वामी नारायण इष्ट देव का न्यारा मंदिर।
संत समागम ज्ञान कथामृत सदैव बरसनहारा मंदिर।
संत समागम ज्ञान कथामृत सदैव बरसनहारा मंदिर।
उपासना सेवा भक्ति से अक्षरधाम सा प्यारा मंदिर,
उपासना सेवा भक्ति से अक्षरधाम सा प्यारा मंदिर।
प्रमुख स्वामी की रचना है ये जी उद्धारण हारा मंदिर,
प्रमुख स्वामी की रचना है ये जी उद्धारण हारा मंदिर।
शीश झुकावो हृदय बिछावो,
शीश झुकावो हृदय बिछावो,
शीश झुकावो हृदय बिछावो, भक्ति भाव बहावो,
भक्ति भाव बहावो।
आरती प्रार्थना,
आरती प्रार्थना,
आरती प्रार्थना करो, प्रदक्षिण मूर्त महिमा गाओ,
मूर्त महिमा गाओ।
सब अवतारों देवों का ये पवित्र पावन धाम,
सब अवतारों देवों का ये पवित्र पावन धाम।
युग युग से महिमा मंदिर की गूंज रही सब ठाम,
युग युग से महिमा मंदिर की गूंज रही सब ठाम।
प्रमुख स्वामी का प्यारा मंदिर जी उद्धारण हारा मंदिर, प्रमुख स्वामी का प्यारा मंदिर जी उद्धारण हारा मंदिर, प्रमुख स्वामी का प्यारा मंदिर जी उद्धारण हारा मंदिर, प्रमुख स्वामी का प्यारा मंदिर जी उद्धारण हारा मंदिर, प्रमुख स्वामी का प्यारा मंदिर जी उद्धारण हारा मंदिर, प्रमुख स्वामी का प्यारा मंदिर जी उद्धारण हारा मंदिर, प्रमुख स्वामी का प्यारा मंदिर जी उद्धारण हारा मंदिर, प्रमुख स्वामी का प्यारा मंदिर जी उद्धारण हारा मंदिर, प्रमुख स्वामी का प्यारा मंदिर जी उद्धारण हारा मंदिर, प्रमुख स्वामी का प्यारा मंदिर जी उद्धारण हारा मंदिर, प्रमुख स्वामी का प्यारा मंदिर जी उद्धारण हारा मंदिर, प्रमुख स्वामी का प्यारा मंदिर जी उद्धारण हारा मंदिर।
We are blessed with the presence and sacred darshan of His Holiness Mahant Swami Maharaj. As we continue our journey in exploring the Hindu contributions to British society, we are now exploring faith and worship. We've heard before, when Indians or Hindus came to this country from India, from East Africa, from the West Indies, they came with little, but their most prized possession was their faith. And it was their faith that helped them rebuild their lives, for which an important part were mandirs. The very first Hindu temple to be built in the UK, or repurposed, opened in the late 1920s in Earl's Court in London. Since then, today, we see around 200 places of Hindu worship dotted around the country. That includes the first purpose-built Hindu temple, the Hindu Slough temple, back in 1981 that opened, and then the very first traditional stone temple, where we're sitting today, created by His Holiness Pramukh Swami Maharaj, opened in 1995. But it's not the size or grandeur of these temples, it's not whether they're built from carved stone or plain concrete. It's the acts of worship that they consolidate. The way that Hindu worship is alive in each and every of these mandirs up and down the country, small or large. That's not to say we don't have beautiful, intricate mandirs around the country. We've been blessed with an array of Hindu mandirs now. For example, we've got the Sanatan Mandir on Ealing Road, just down the road in Wembley, which we are very much proud of. We have the exquisite Jain Darasar in Potter's Bar as well, that opened in 2007. And mandirs like the South Indian temple, the Balaji temple in Tividale near Birmingham, And new mandirs coming up all around, including the eco-friendly temple, the Kingsbury Swaminarayan Mandir, other mandirs even in progress, such as the new Jagannath temple that we've been hearing about. All these temples have become active hubs of year-round rituals, ceremonies, and festivals. The Balaji temple, for example, has an annual cycle of yagnas, homes, and havans, which are so integral to the life of South Indian Hindus. Janmashtami at ISKCON at Watford is an event that is not to be missed. It infuses everyone with so much devotion. It's the largest gathering of Hindus in the calendar year, as it's been called. We also have the Rath Yatra festival in the city of London. It's also a feast for our eyes and ears, not to be missed. And then there's also things like the family-friendly Holi at the Navnath Center. So whether it's Shivratri or Holi or Navratri or Diwali, the famous Ankut here at Neeson Temple, all these festivals have infused the religious landscape of Britain with the colors, sounds, and tastes of Hindu faith, with the joy and vibrancy of Hindu worship. And this contribution to an increasingly multi-faith, multicultural British society cannot be overstated. We saw testament to that in the recent coronation of His Majesty King Charles III, where leading members of the Hindu faith from ISKCON and BAPS were invited to be a part of the interfaith delegation to greet the newly coronated monarch. So in all that we do as Hindus in this country, whether it's business, education, charity, art, culture, public service, all of this is informed by our Hindu faith, the beliefs that drive behavior, the principles behind our practices, and the values that steer our work. And for that invaluable contribution, we are thankful for each and every one of you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Pujya Param Tattvadas Swami, for that eloquent and succinct yet comprehensive overview of Hindu worship and practice within the United Kingdom. We are blessed and very fortunate to be in the presence of Akshar Purushottam Maharaj, the embodiment of Bhagwan Swaminarayan, along with his foremost and choicest devotee, Sri Gunatidanand Swami. Equally auspicious is that along with Akshar Purushottam Maharaj, we are having the darshan of His Holiness Mahant Swami Maharaj, the sixth spiritual successor of Bhagwan Swaminarayan. This is indeed a momentous occasion for all of us, and so I would like to invite all of you to take part in the Arti ceremony to offer our devotion to Bhagwan Swaminarayan and His Holiness Mahant Swami Maharaj. May I please request all guests to stand up and join in performing the Arti. You have also all been provided with tea lights, and I would kindly request you to turn them on and sing along and join in performing the Arti ceremony. Thank you.
श्री स्वामीनारायण भगवान की जय। जय स्वामीनारायण, जय अक्षर पुरुषोत्तम, अक्षर पुरुषोत्तम जय, अक्षर पुरुषोत्तम दर्शन सर्व अनुदारम् जय स्वामी नारायण पुरुषोत्तम परब्रह्म श्री हरि सहजानंद जय श्री हरि सहजानंद अक्षर ब्रह्म अनादि अक्षर ब्रह्म अनादि गुणातीतानंद जय स्वामी नारायण प्रकट सदा सर्वकर्ता परम मुक्तिदाता जय परम मुक्तिदाता धर्म एकांतिक स्थापक धर्म एकांतिक स्थापक भक्ति परित्राता जय स्वामी नारायण दास भाव दिव्यता सह ब्रह्म रूपे प्रीति हो ब्रह्म रूपे प्रीति सुरत भाव अलौकिक सुरत भाव अलौकिक स्थापित शुभ रीति जय स्वामी नारायण धन्य धन्य मम जीवन तव शरणे सुफलम् ओ तव शरणे सुफलम् यज्ञ पुरुष प्रवर्तित यज्ञ पुरुष प्रवर्तित सिद्धान्तं सुखदम् जय स्वामी नारायण जय स्वामी नारायण जय अक्षर पुरुषोत्तम अक्षर पुरुषोत्तम जय अक्षर पुरुषोत्तम जय दर्शन सर्वोत्तम जय स्वामी नारायण जय अक्षर पुरुषोत्तम जय स्वामी नारायण श्री स्वामीनारायण भगवान की जय अक्षर पुरुषोत्तम महाराज की जय राधा कृष्ण भगवान की जय सियावर रामचंद्र भगवान की जय उमापति शंकर भगवान की जय गुणातीतानंद स्वामी महाराज की जय भगत जी महाराज की जय शास्त्री जी महाराज की जय योगी जी महाराज की जय प्रमुख स्वामी महाराज की जय महंत स्वामी महाराज की जय
Can request all the guests to be seated. We are about to be delighted by a very celebratory dance with equal zeal and pomp and enthusiasm. So I cherish you all to enjoy it.
स्वामी महाराज, महंत स्वामी महाराज।
आप चरणों में शांति अपार आप अज छो मोक्ष द्वार आप हरि स्वरूप आवा
अहो अहो अभिवंदनम वंदनम 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 शत शत हो स्वागतम आओ अक्षर पुरुषोत्तम आज आओ प्रमुख स्वामी महाराज
अब सोना जीवन प्राण अब महंत स्वामी महाराज
स्वागतम शत शत स्वागतम पधारो शत शत स्वागतम
हे भाग्य मारा गण्या गणाए ना जे करिए ते ओ छूछे सो माथा चरणे धरिए प्राण अरबिए ओ छूछे
सो माथा चरणे धरिए प्राण अर्पिए ओ छूछे
अपार ऋण छके मुझ कविए अपार ऋण छके मुझ कविए टुक टुक थइए ओ झूठे महंत रूपे श्री जी मलिया राजी करिए ओ छूछे
महंत रूपे श्री जी मड़िया राजी करिए ओ छूछे
After that colourful and cultural interlude, I think it's very fitting that we move on to the field of arts and culture. And to talk to us about the British Hindu contributions in this valuable field, we have a world-renowned author, diplomat, and TV documentary host, Shri Amish Tripathi. As a writer, Amish Bhai is the fastest-selling author in Indian publishing history. His 10 books have sold 6.5 million copies so far and have been translated into 20 Indian and international languages. He writes on Hindu gods and goddesses, presenting their inspiring stories in a modern way for a whole new generation of international readers. In his diplomatic role, Amish Bhai works as the Minister for Culture and Education at the Indian High Commission to the UK and is the Director of the Nehru Centre in London. He is also a host for TV documentaries, including for Discovery TV's highly acclaimed and award-winning Legends of the Ramayana with Amish. We ask Amish Bhai to come forth and talk to us about some of the significant contributions of British Hindus in the field of arts and culture after a short video reel.
Namaste everyone. Art and culture always has a purpose, something that drives it. How many of you watch Hollywood movies? Yeah? Okay, not that much, okay. It's very clear what the purpose of Hollywood movie producers are. They want to make money. That's at the heart of their art, of their culture. How many of you have seen Mona Lisa? It's not too far from here. Yeah, the beautiful painting, Leonardo da Vinci. Well, though there are many who say that at the heart of that art was love, that Leonardo was apparently in love with the model who he painted as Mona Lisa. So there's art which has money as its purpose, there's art which has love as its purpose. What is the purpose of Hindu art and culture? For thousands of years, we are the only pre-Bronze Age culture that is still alive. And at the heart of our art and culture, what drives us is always one word: dharma. Dharma drives. Thank you. If you see our art and culture for thousands of years, at the heart of it is always this one word: dharma. Dharma is often erroneously translated into religion. Dharma is actually beyond religion. Religion is just panth. Dharma is that which sustains, that which balances, that which holds. If you understand dharma, then you'll understand what drives our art. The Ramayana is apparently one of the ways to look at it. It's a love story. It's a love story between Lord Ram and Goddess Sita. If you look at love as a selfish emotion, you may not understand the Ramayana. If you understand the Ramayana is a love story at the heart of which is dharma, you'll understand the Ramayana. The Mahabharata can be seen as a war, or in fact a civil war, a war within one family. But if you understand that it's not just a war, it's a war for dharma, you'll understand the Mahabharata. And I think many of the things that the British Hindus do in the UK, at the heart of it is dharma. If you start seeing it, if you start seeing that pattern, you get inspired by what British Hindus do in art and culture. So for example, the Scottish Pipe Band from the Kingsbury Swami Narayan Temple performed at the Queen's Jubilee celebration. It was dharma in a way, because dharma preaches inclusion. Dharma preaches everyone should come together. If you see the Garba, which was celebrated by the Gujarati Hindu Association, indeed Hindus of all states, not just Gujaratis. I'm a UPite, I love Garba too. Garba literally translates as womb. It's a celebration of the feminine power. That is also dharma. If you see the environmental programs that are put up at the Bhavans, at the Nehru Center, that is a celebration of environmentalism, because at the heart of dharma, nature is not a resource to be exploited. It's a goddess to be worshipped. Environmentalism too is dharma. If you see all this, then you see the pattern in all the things that we do. And I would encourage all artists among you to keep driving yourself through dharma. Because remember that wonderful line from the Mahabharata, which is there as the slogan of our Supreme Court in India as well. Yato dharma tato jayaha. Where there is dharma, there is victory. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Amish Bhai. It's always a pleasure to hear words from an accomplished wordsmith. In fact, we thank all our speakers today for providing such a comprehensive overview of British Hindu contributions in these various fields, in the fields of charity and social work, child and youth development, public service, faith and worship, and arts and culture. Clearly, there is so much good work being done by so many Hindu organizations up and down the country. And it really has been just an overview. We've had to struggle to cram everything in, and even then with the noblest of intentions. But to help us now tie things up, better understand these contributions as a whole, we have another eminent Hindu among us, Lord Jitesh Gadia. He was sworn in the House of Lords when he was only 46, the youngest Briton of Indian origin when the average age in the House of Lords is 69. But most importantly, and this is something for all of us to take pride in, Jitesh Bhai chose to take his oath of allegiance using the Rig Veda. So that is something that all Hindus can be very proud. It was a proud moment for Hindus everywhere, and it's a testament to the values as a Hindu that he espouses. Over a sparkling career of 3 decades, his work in finance and investment has not gone unnoticed by several international firms. He is currently a non-executive director of the Bank of England and currently serves on the board of Rolls-Royce Holdings, Taylor Wimpey, Compare the Market Limited, and several other firms. All of this has been informed by his British Hindu identity and his drive to give back to Hindus and British society in general. We call upon you, Lord Gadiya, to help us understand British Hindu contributions in a better light. Thank you.
Thank you, Swami. Namaste, good evening, and Jai Swaminarayan. It's a great honor to be back here at the Neasden Mandir, especially in the presence of Pujya Mahant Swami Maharaj, for this special occasion celebrating contributions of British Hindus. In fact, looking around the Haveli today, this evening's gathering has turned into nothing short of a dharmic sammelan, bringing together not only leading Hindu leaders and organizations from across the UK, but also our Jain brothers and sisters, and spiritual movements such as the Brahma Kumaris. This is a welcome show of unity and inclusiveness, a theme which I will return to later on. Although I have had the pleasure and privilege of speaking from this stage on multiple occasions, most recently during the Festival of Inspiration last July to mark the birth centenary of Pujya Pramukh Swami Maharaj, my task today is especially daunting in bringing together all the different strands. We have heard some brilliant accounts of how Hindus, now representing over 1 million of our citizens, make an outsized impact in so many aspects of British life, ranging from arts and culture, as you just heard encapsulated so eloquently by one of India's leading authors, now turned diplomat, Amish Tripathi, to our increasing prominence in all fields of public service, described by my friend Manoj Ladwa. We heard from Nilesh Solanki about the inspiring range of charitable activities carried out by so many Hindu and dharmic organizations helping those most in need. And it was reassuring to listen to Bhavya Shah's summary of all the effort and investment being made in developing the next generation. The sheer breadth and depth of our contribution is clearly evident. We have enriched this nation in every sense of the word. As you heard in the powerful statistics and data shared by Koshal Patel. Not only would the UK be poorer without British Hindus, but in many areas of activity, such as the health service, our society would struggle to function without the exceptional talent and skills of the Hindu and wider Indian community, as Manoj Ladwa also mentioned. But in keeping with our modest character, these accomplishments are not widely known or fully recognized. Ours is a quiet contribution, not a bombastic or attention-seeking one, anchored in the very best dharmic traditions of duty and service. Indeed, if there is one common theme, a golden thread binding all the narratives we have heard this evening, then it is our core Hindu values of dharma and seva. These are timeless and universal. When former Prime Minister David Cameron spoke from this very podium during his visits to the mandir, he always made a point of highlighting what he described as inspirational Hindu values and our role as model citizens. And he went on to draw a comparison with British values of respecting laws, tolerance, and individual responsibility. This alignment between Hindu values and British values is exactly one of the key reasons why our community has integrated so well in the United Kingdom. The essence of Hinduism is to be open, inclusive, and tolerant of others. We don't come from a theocratic tradition, but instead from a civilization which accepts that there are many paths, respecting and embracing difference. Indeed, what could be more symbolic of this than the sight of our first British Indian Prime Minister, Rishi Sunak, a practicing Hindu, reading flawlessly from the Bible at the coronation service of His Majesty the King. This plurality is also evident across every corner of India. And the challenge for us all is to better explain our values and the ground reality that we represent not only one of the oldest traditions in the world, but one of the most peaceful and tolerant. The public understanding of the world's third largest religion is surprisingly shallow and often dominated by images of rituals rather than an appreciation of a 5,000-year-old ancient civilization from the Indus Valley. Now, more than ever, Hindus require a stronger voice and profile to counter an increasingly distorted narrative. In fact, I would say that in an era of increasing ideological competition and global fragmentation, Hinduism and Hindu values are more relevant than they have ever been. As torchbearers of the noble values of Vasudeva Kutumbakam, the world is one family, Hindus have a pivotal role to play in countering the forces which are making our societies more inward, insular, and intolerant. It is therefore a source of huge pride that Prime Minister Narendra Modi has taken the rallying call from the Maha Upanishad of Vasudeva Kutumbakam and made that the central theme of India's presidency of the G20, emphasizing one earth, one family, one future. And I'm sure our esteemed Indian High Commissioner, His Excellency Vikram Doraiswamy, will build further on this theme when he addresses us shortly. So, in concluding, my friends, I would like to make two final points. Firstly, to return to the importance of unity. By bringing us all together today, and for his visionary pursuit of the mission, Samp Nu Circle Motu Karo, we owe a huge debt of gratitude to Pujya Mahant Swami Maharaj. And we pray for his continued good health, guidance, and blessings. And secondly, our collective experience in the UK has shown that by being better Hindus, we also become better British citizens. And by being good British citizens, we can help improve not only British society, but can also shape a more peaceful, harmonious, and prosperous world. Thank you again for this opportunity, and to BAPS for bringing us all together. Jai Swaminarayan.
Thank you so much, Lord Gada, for those inspiring words, eloquent and erudite as always. As he mentioned, to cap our assembly today, we are delighted and deeply honored to have with us the High Commissioner of India to the UK, His Excellency Vikram Dorai Swami. His Excellency has been a long-standing friend of the Hindu and wider Indian community wherever he has served, from Hong Kong, Beijing, New York, Johannesburg, Uzbekistan, Korea, Bangladesh, and Myanmar. Enjoying an illustrious diplomatic career spanning more than 30 years, His Excellency is a worthy and esteemed representative of India in the world. Before we invite His Excellency to share a few words with us, may I request Swami Anand Swarup Das, a senior BAPS Swami, to honor the High Commissioner with a garland on behalf of His Holiness, Mahant Swami Maharaj, and all of us seated here today. Thank you so much for being with us here, Your Excellency. It's truly an honor. May we request now that you share a few inspiring words with the Assembly.
Puja Mahant Swami Ji, brothers and sisters, friends, and of course a few very special friends who have preceded me on this dais, thank you very much for the opportunity to be here at this first and most iconic Hindu temple in Europe. Built along the lines and precepts of our ancient scriptures on architecture, this is a signature building that houses not only the sense and the sensibility of the Hindu faith, but also 5,000 years of our culture. It is remarkable, and it is a sign of the way in which our communities have contributed to the history of this country, to the development and prosperity of this country since its reconstruction after the last war, the Great War in the 1940s, that this temple is now an iconic center in which the faithful congregate here. It is recognized by the leadership. Lord Gada just mentioned Prime Minister Cameron's visit here, and it is part of the larger chain of BAPS temples that have now become a central part of the international experience of Hindu culture and Hindu tradition worldwide. I also want to commend the community here in particular for the spectacular way in which they celebrated the life and teachings of Pramukh Swami Maharaj last year in Ahmedabad and in Gujarat. The success of that event was a perfect example of Shraddha, of devotion, of dedication, and of the deep commitment that our community here in the UK has made part of its signature in this country and across the world. It is a matter of great pride for all of us, and I wish to congratulate you most warmly for that. Today, friends, in the presence of Puja Mahant Swami Maharaj, we are commemorating the role and services of the British Hindu community among a number of community leaders across various parts of our faith groups here in the United Kingdom. I think that is in itself a remarkable contribution that BAPS has provided to the sense of our times and the need of our times. Enough has already been said before me by my good friend Manoj, by Amish, and of course by Lord Gada and by all the speakers here about the contributions of this community to the United Kingdom, to India, indeed to the world, and of course our larger message, our philosophical message to the world. What I want to do in the few minutes that I have before me is to set a few questions before this august audience and ask if, looking ahead, what best can we do to take forward our message and to take forward a better sense of community in this country, and maybe then make that an exemplar for our emigre communities worldwide. We are, of course, a nation of diversity. India, I mean, in this particular case, since we're sitting in the UK. Our diversity has long been seen as our weakness. It isn't. It is our strength. It is the essence of the Hindu way. We know, of course, from the Rig Veda, Ekam Sat Vipraha Bahuda Vidanti, that our way, our message, and our path is to recognize that while the truth is universal, the paths to it can be multiple. Ours, therefore, is not tolerance, because tolerance suggests a limited ability to deal with each other. You barely tolerate somebody, right? Ours is inclusion. Ours is based on the fundamental understanding that when I say namaste, I honor, I respect, I venerate you. Which other faith says that? This is a unique example of how we believe that the divinity exists in every one of us, and that life itself is a spark of the divine. If this is indeed our way, then, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, why must we not look at our common human experience as an opportunity to create common communities, common service, and a common message for all of us? We can do it because we have 5,000 years of philosophical experience to lead us in that direction. We can do this because our message is one that is universal. It is at the heart of every religious truth. And it is a message that is more needed today than it has ever been elsewhere in the world. And yet, friends, we somehow do not manage to get that message across. It isn't just in the narrative, although Lord Gadia is right, the narrative is a problem. It is also in our willingness to let incorrect narratives, downright unfair characterizations of our history, of our culture, of our way, of our current civilization, of our civilizational ideals, to pass by us saying this too shall pass. Sure, it will pass. It makes no difference. The caravan of Hindu civilization has continued for 5,000 years, and it will, I dare say, continue for 5,000 more without any worries in that regard. What is relevant, however, ladies and gentlemen, is the question that we must ask ourselves. Are we willing to let the sense of what we have to offer the world pass us by? Or are we keen to make this the moment when we actually start making our offering better known? We can do this through our many mandirs, through our many societies, through our many cultural expressions, through our many languages, but we should do it with a sense of the unity of purpose. Lord Gadia just talked about the golden thread that binds us all. And that golden thread, friends, is the one that we must make more visible. If that thread that connects our history and our philosophy is covered under layers of our own protection, so to speak, then our message and the value that we, I do believe, offer to the rest of the world is going to be lost. Why am I saying this to you on this special occasion today? I think it is important that while we celebrate our successes, and our successes are important and valid, our successes are already behind us. These are successes that you already know of. What then is your message for the future? What is the message that you would want the young ones in our audience to take forward? It needs to be a message where we can learn from other communities on how well they have mobilized themselves, and I don't mean for political purposes alone. That is a limited and, in my view, a comparatively ignoble thought. But mobilize for the larger good of humanity. The BAPS tradition has shown us that wider humanity can be served through one group of people. In war, in times of war, in times of humanitarian distress, we have stepped up and we have been able to help. Now, take aside the moments of war and distress and see, can we not showcase what it means to be British Hindus by organizing in favor of a more harmonious understanding of our society, a more harmonious understanding of India in all its complexities, a more harmonious understanding of what the true history of Indic civilization is, and how inherently in our DNA, in our cultural DNA, inclusion is part of it. That message is a powerful message, ladies and gentlemen, and it is a message that is essential for our young people to particularly take forward. We should not let our young people feel at any point of time that our history and our culture and our message is any less. Indeed, it is one that includes everything that is described to us as a special experience. Every part of that is included in our civilizational history. So celebrating the totality of this, and I will end with this point, is necessarily something that requires all of us to stand together. That, ladies and gentlemen, while we celebrate our diversity, let us also find the inner unity, the inner antaratma that connects all of us, that inner spark of light that fires every one of our souls. Most importantly, that golden thread that connects each and every one of us. If we celebrate that, we get that right, we serve the larger purpose of our civilization and all of humankind. In that, ladies and gentlemen, lies the true essence of what we can provide the world. That, in my view, is our example. That ought to be our mission. That certainly is our commitment at the High Commission to work with all of you. Thank you very much, and Jai Swaminarayan.
Thank you, Your Excellency, for sharing those kind words and profound thoughts. We pray for your continued services here and look forward to working with you in strengthening the living bridge that is the people of Indian origin in Great Britain. As we move closer now to receiving the blessings of His Holiness Mahant Swami Maharaj, before we introduce him more properly, it seems appropriate that we allow a few other Swamis and Mahatmas, leading, highly respected gurus of their own sampradaya, to share their thoughts first on His Holiness Mahant Swami Maharaj.
पूज्य महंत स्वामी महाराज तो अपनी केवल करुणामयी दृष्टि से ही, प्रेममयी दृष्टि से ही और अपने पावन स्पर्श से ही हम लोगों को इतनी ऊर्जा भर देते हैं, जिस कारण हम लोग अपने कार्य को करते हुए थकते नहीं, प्रसन्नता से इस कार्य को आगे करते रहते हैं।
विश्व में, यूरोप में, अमेरिका में, ऑस्ट्रेलिया में और इस देश का गौरव बढ़ाया। इस स्वामी संप्रदाय के इस योगदान को कभी भी हिंदू समाज भुला नहीं सकता है।
ये ऐतिहासिक उपलब्धि है और खास करके युवाओं को जो उन्होंने मोड़ा, जो आजकल जो है धर्म कर्म से दूर हैं, उन सबको धर्म के अंदर जोड़ा।
पूज्य महंत स्वामी जी महाराज तो एक तरह से उन्होंने धर्म को पूरा जी लिया, सनातन को, अध्यात्म को, साधना को, समाधि को जी लिया। ऐसे पूर्ण तृप्त महापुरुष हैं पूज्य महंत स्वामी जी। हमारी उस ऋषि परंपरा, संन्यास परंपरा के एक बहुत उच्च शिखर है। हिमालय जैसा उनका व्यक्तित्व है। एक छोटे से पिंड में पूरा ब्रह्मांड समाया हुआ।
तो ऐसा कार्य करने वाला व्यक्ति कोई सामान्य व्यक्ति नहीं हो सकता, वो व्यक्ति पूर्ण पुरुष ही हो सकता है।
સનાતન હિન્દુ ધર્મની ધ્વજાને વિશ્વસ્તરે જે રીતે બહુ જ ઓર્ગેનાઇઝડ વેમાં સ્વીકાર કરી શકાય, એક્સેપ્ટન્સની સાથેનું જે કાર્ય કર્યું છે તે અભૂતપૂર્વ છે, અભિનંદનીય છે, વંદનીય છે.
Power and the way youth identify with him helps that manifest in a way that I don't think you see it anywhere else.
कि न केवल यहाँ
मंदिरों का ही निर्माण हुआ है कि 1000 मंदिर बने हैं, न केवल यहाँ कार्यकर्ताओं का निर्माण हुआ है। सच मानिए यहाँ भारतीय संस्कृति, संस्कार, उसकी आद्य सभ्यता और संवेदनाओं का भी रक्षण हो रहा है विद्या के द्वारा, कला के द्वारा और विविध जो अन्य प्रयोग हैं उनके द्वारा।
શાંત અને જ્યારે સ્માઇલ આપે તો એમ લાગે કે નિર્દોષ હૃદય પ્રગટ થઈ રહ્યું છે. એક એક શબ્દ બોલે એનો વ્યાખ્યા અંગ્રેજીમાં ના આપી શકાય. લવ શબ્દ એનો પર્યાય નથી, પણ ગુજરાતીમાં કહીને હેત, એ બાપા પાસે પણ એવું જ હેત હતું અને મહંત સ્વામીજીના હૃદયમાં પણ એ જ હેત. ઓહો તમે આવ્યા, જે પ્રેમથી કહે બંને જણા, એ સૂચવે છે કે હૃદય બહુ પવિત્ર છે.
तो स्वामी जी महाराज कम बोलते हैं लेकिन बहुत प्रभावान्वित बात को बोलते हैं, तो ये हमने अनुभव किया।
मुझे तो वो साक्षात मूर्तिमंत प्रेम मूर्ति दिखाई दी है कि उनके रोम रोम से प्रेम झलक रहा है। उनके सामने तो मैं समझता हूँ कि ब्रह्मांड का कण कण भी नतमस्तक होना चाहिए। वो इतने सहज, इतने सरल और वास्तव में वो आत्म रूप और जीते जागते भक्ति स्वरूप। एक शरीर जरूर है लेकिन वो भक्ति और प्रेम की प्रतिमूर्ति है, अद्भुत है।
ये भारत की आत्मा है।
ये हिंदू सनातन ऋषि संस्कृति का गौरव का है।
That he is the incarnation of divinity.
To formally introduce His Holiness Mahant Swami Maharaj, we have someone with us who is far more qualified than myself. We are truly privileged to have with us Mahamohopadhyay Swami Bhadresh Das Ji. He arrived just last night. Many of us will know that he is an acclaimed scholar, one of the greatest philosophers of our time, respected globally as an eminent scholar of Indian philosophy, beliefs and culture. He was ordained by our Guru, the fifth spiritual successor of Bhagwan Swami Narayan, His Holiness Pramukh Swami Maharaj, in 1981 at a very tender age. But through his guidance and through the inspiration of His Holiness Mahant Swami Maharaj, he has gone on to travel the world, been acclaimed by over 150 universities around the world, and he is respected for his humility and his saintliness, just as much for his academic scholarship. He travels the world now as a global ambassador of the Hindu faith and Indian philosophy, and through the grace of his gurus, Pramukh Swami Maharaj and Mahant Swami Maharaj, is today serving society to foster interfaith respect and global harmony. May I request Mahamohopadhyay Swami Bhadresh Das Ji to introduce His Holiness to us all.
Om Shanno Mitra Shamvarunah Shanno Bhavatvaryama Shanna Indro Bruhaspatihi Shanno Vishnururukramaha Namo Brahmane Namaste Vayo Tvameva Pratyaksham Brahmasi Tvameva Pratyaksham Brahma Vadishyami Rutam Vadishyami Satyam Vadishyami Tanmamavatu Tadvaktaramavatu Avatu Mam Avatu Vaktaram. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Swami Narayana Sakshad Akshara Purushottamaha Sarvebhyah Paramam Shantim Anandam Sukhamarpayet. Om Aksharamaham Purushottamadasoऽस्मि. Om सर्वेभ्यो नमो नमः. बापा, आज की जो यह सभा है वह आपके संकल्प की सभा है। अगले वर्ष महंत स्वामी जी ने संकल्प किया था कि पूरे विश्व में जितने भारतीय ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस हैं, चाहे मंदिर के स्वरूप में हो, चाहे संस्थाओं के स्वरूप में हो, चाहे समाज सेवी के स्वरूप में हो, महंत स्वामी जी ने संकल्प किया उन सब को मैं एक छत्र के नीचे बैठे हुए देखना चाहता हूं। आज की यह सभा स्वामी आपके संकल्प की सभा। और उन्होंने लिख कर दिया, विद द स्पिरिट ऑफ वसुदैव कुटुंबकम लेट्स रीच आउट टू एक्सटेंड द सर्कल ऑफ ग्लोबल हार्मनी। स्वामी जी, आज की सभा में आपने जो संकल्प किया था कि सब आने चाहिए, यहां हिंदू तो बैठे ही है, यहां सत श्री अकाल भी बैठे हैं, वाहे गुरु जी का खालसा, वाहे गुरु जी की फतेह, यहां जय जिनेन्द्र भी बैठे हैं, यहां बुद्धम शरणम गच्छामि, संघम शरणम गच्छामि, वे भी बैठे हैं, यहां जय श्री कृष्ण भी है, जय श्री राम भी है, जय श्री स्वामीनारायण भी है। मैं स्वामी जी का अनुमति लेकर और आप सबकी अनुमति से आज की सभा को एक टाइटल देना चाहता हूं, भारत दरबार। और इस भारत दरबार की परिकल्पना करने वाले हमारे गुरुदेव परम पूज्य महंत स्वामी जी महाराज, मैं चाहता हूं कि हम सब खड़े होकर उनको एक अभिवादन करें। महंत स्वामी जी का परिचय, आप बैठ सकते हैं। महंत स्वामी जी का परिचय भगवान श्री कृष्ण गीता में देते हैं। 12वां अध्याय और 13वां श्लोक, अद्वेष्टा सर्वभूतानां मैत्रः करुण एव च। जिसको किसी के लिए द्वेष न हो और एक वैश्विक मैत्री को धारण करते हो, अद्वेष्टा सर्वभूतानां मैत्रः करुण एव च। आप प्रत्यक्ष देख सकते हैं, मेरे शब्दों को मत सुनिए, मेरे शब्दों के साथ उनके नेत्रों को देखिए। अद्वेष्टा सर्वभूतानां मैत्रः करुण एव च, उनकी आंखों की करुणा को देखिए। श्रीमद् भगवद गीता का 2रा अध्याय, यदि मैं उनके शब्दों ही, मैं ये इसलिए कहता हूं, हम क्या संत पुरुषों का परिचय दे सकते हैं। संत का परिचय हमारे शास्त्रों ने दिया है 2 अध्याय में, जब भगवान श्री कृष्ण ने स्थित प्रज्ञ के लक्षणों का उपसंहार किया। एक छोटी से 3 शब्द है, एषा ब्राह्मी स्थिति पार्थ। एषा, यह है ब्रह्म की स्थिति। महंत स्वामी जी के परिचय में मैं ऐसा कहना चाहता हूं, एषा ब्राह्मी स्थिति ही। क्यों ऐसा ब्राह्मी स्थिति ही? भगवान श्री कृष्ण ने कहा, जिस व्यक्ति में प्रजाहाति यदा कामान की भावना हो, जिन्होंने प्रत्येक लौकिक वासनाओं को त्याग किया हो, ऐसे संत पुरुष को कहते हैं ऐसा ब्राह्मी स्थिति। ऐसे संत पुरुष आज नयन गोचर, हम उसको देख सकते हैं। ऐसे संत जिनको देखकर शास्त्रों में हमारी श्रद्धा बढ़ती है कि हाँ, ऐसा हम भी कर सकते हैं। प्रजाहाति यदा कामान आत्मन्येव आत्मना तुष्टः। आप उनके मुखारविंद को देखिए, कितना संतोष है। ऐसा ब्राह्मी स्थिति, वीत राग भय क्रोध, जिनके जीवन में कोई राग नहीं, कोई भय नहीं, कोई क्रोध नहीं, ऐसे संत महापुरुष हमारी सभा में विराजमान है। उनकी परिकल्पना थी कि हम सब एक होकर, यूनिटी उनका प्राण है, वो हमें भी सिखाते हैं। और अगले वर्ष जब उन्होंने ये वाक्य लिखा और जब हम विदा ले रहे थे, तो महंत स्वामी जी ने कहा, गुजराती में उन्होंने कहा था કે સંપનું સર્કલ મોટું કરવું છે. और फिर क्या कहा, ऐसे बता रहे थे वो, एक छोटा सर्कल, फिर बड़ा सर्कल और उससे भी बड़ा सर्कल, 3 सर्कल उन्होंने बताए. हम समझ गए. लास्ट ईयर मैं आया था यहाँ, वो एक छोटा सर्कल था, आप लोग बहुत बैठे हैं. आज की सभा सर्कल बड़ा हो गया है और अब तीसरा सर्कल हमें करना है जहां पूरा विश्व एक जगह पर आकर मिले और महंत स्वामी जी उसको देखे. ये भारत की ताकत है. हम भारत दरबार के प्रतिनिधि हैं और महंत स्वामी जी हम सबको एक करने के लिए जो परिश्रम करते हैं, एक परिशुद्ध जीवन, एक परिशुद्ध विचार क्या कर सकता है, उसका मूर्तिमान स्वरूप हमारे गुरुदेव परम पूज्य महंत स्वामी जी महाराज है. आज आप सब बीएपीएस को जानते हैं, उनके कार्यकलापों को जानते हैं, उनकी रीति को जानते हैं, वॉलंटियरिज्म को जानते हैं, मैनेजमेंट को जानते हैं. अद्भुत मंदिरों की बात है, ये सब कुछ है. लेकिन आप समझ कर रखिए कि बीएपीएस में जो कुछ भी हो रहा है वह संपूर्णतः महंत स्वामी जी महाराज के विचारों का प्रतिबिंब है, उनकी भावनाओं का प्रतिबिंब है, उनकी कार्यशैली का प्रतिबिंब है. ऐसे महापुरुष यहाँ आए, उन्होंने एक और भी कल्पना की थी कि पूरे विश्व में भव्य भारत को उजागर करने के लिए, वसुधैव कुटुंबकम की भावना को उजागर करने के लिए रिसर्च इंस्टीट्यूट्स की स्थापना की. मैं मानता हूँ कुछ लोग आप यहाँ बैठे हैं, गत वर्ष हमने यहाँ बीएपीएस स्वामीनारायण रिसर्च इंस्टीट्यूट की स्थापना की और महंत स्वामी जी महाराज बोले, आशीर्वाद में भी कहा, लिख कर भी भेजा, मने देखाय छे, मुझे दिखता है. अब वो भविष्य की बात कर रहे हैं. मने देखाय छे कि આપણા યુવકો અને યુવતીઓ, બાળકો અને બાલિકાઓ સંસ્કૃતમાં વાર્તાલાપ કરે છે. हाँ, संत पुरुषों को ही दिखता है, हमें तो ऐसा दिखता है कि गुजराती भी चली जाएगी, हिंदी भी चली जाएगी. नहीं, जब तक ऐसे संत पुरुष है सब कुछ रहेगा. भाषा, भूषा, भोजन और भजन, चारों को सुरक्षित रखने वाले यह संत. भाषा सिखाई जाती है, भोजन प्रथाएं, सब कुछ खाइए प्रेम से. यहाँ कचौड़ी वाले भी है, पानीपुरी वाले भी है, इडली डोसा भी है, खिचड़ी भी है, फाफड़ा वाले भी है. बनाओ, खिलाओ, आनंद करो, लेकिन एक भारतीय पद्धति होनी चाहिए भाषा में, भूषा में, भोजन में और भजन में. तो ऐसे एक संत यहाँ आए हैं, उनके चरणों में हम विनती करती हैं, बापा आपनी करुणा दृष्टि हमारा सब पर करो. आपके ही संकल्प से हम यहाँ आए, आपके ही संकल्प से ये प्रत्येक संस्थाएं, कोई मंदिर, कोई ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, कोई सेवाधारी, सब कोई आपने संकल्प किया, हम आए. हम आपके चरणों में प्रार्थना करते हैं, आप प्रतिवर्ष संकल्प कीजिए, हम प्रतिवर्ष आएंगे. इतना कहकर मैं मेरी वाणी को विराम देता हूँ. ओम शांति ही शांति ही शांति ही.
પ્રથમ તો આજના સેલિબ્રેટિંગ બ્રિટિશ હિન્દુ કોન્ટ્રીબ્યુશન્સ કાર્યક્રમમાં તમારા બધાના દર્શન કરીને મને ખૂબ આનંદ અને સંતોષ થયો. આપણો હિન્દુ સનાતન ધર્મનો મુખ્ય હેતુ છે આંતરિક શાંતિ. બીજું બધું તો હોય કે ના હોય, પણ આંતરિક શાંતિ એટલે ભગવાન પાસે પહોંચવાની વાત છે. બીજું ખાસ સંપની જરૂર છે. સંપની સંપનું સર્કલ વધારવાનું છે. પ્રમુખ સાંઈ મહારાજ એ હંમેશા કહેતા હતા કે બીજાના ભલામાં આપણું ભલું. માર્વલસ. બીજાના સુખમાં આપણું સુખ, બીજાના ઉત્કર્ષમાં આપણો ઉત્કર્ષ. પ્રમુખ સાંઈ મહારાજ આખી જિંદગી આ પ્રમાણે જીવ્યા છે. એને કોઈ પારકો પરાવો હતો જ નહીં, બધા જ પોતાના. અને હજારો પ્રસંગ છે એ આપણે જોઈએ તો એમાં મળે. પણ એમની ભાવના જેવી કે બીજાનું ભલું થાય. આખી જિંદગી એક સેકન્ડ પણ આવી રીતે જીવ્યા છે, બીજાના ભલામાં, બીજા પારકો. ખાલી વાતો કરી નથી, જીવ્યા છે, જીવન જીવ્યા છે. અને એટલા માટે જ એ બધાના પ્રેમના અધિકારી હતા. બધે પ્રેમ પ્રેમ જીવનમાં આનંદ. સ્વામીને પૂછવામાં આવ્યું કે તમને કોઈ દિવસ કોઈ પ્રસંગ એવો હોય કે તમને કંઈ અંતરમાં આનંદ ના હોય એવું? કે ક્યારેય નહીં. તો હોઈ શકે એમણે જે સલાહ, એમનું જે વચન, જો આ વચન બીજાના ભલામાં આપણું ભલું, એ આપણે આ પ્રમાણે જીવીએ તો દુનિયામાં ક્લેશ હોય જ નહીં, આનંદ આનંદ રહે. પણ બીજાનું પડાવી લેવું, બીજાને આપણે એક પૈસાની કમાણી હોય અને બીજાને 1000નું નુકસાન હોય તો એ વાંધો નહીં, આપણો પૈસો સાચો હોવો જોઈએ. એ આદિ ભાવના પ્રમુખ સાહેબ આવી કોઈ ભાવના હતી જ નહીં. હંમેશા બસ એવું જીવન જોઈએ. હજારો પ્રસંગ છે બીજાના ભલામાં. જ્યાં જાય ત્યાં બધાને એક કરે, નોખા નોખા હોય પછી એક કરે. કુટુંબમાં પણ, કુટુંબમાં છીનભીન થઈ ગયું હોય પછી એક કરે, બધા સમજાવે. 2-3 દિવસ સમજીને સમજાવીને અને એક કરે. અને આવી રીતે એમને બધાને એક કરવામાં એમને ગમે. એની જીત આવે, બધા એક થાય, એમાં એમની જીત થાય. એટલે આવી રીતે આ સંસ્થા ચલાવે છે. એમનો દ્રષ્ટાંત જોઈને અમે પણ બધા એ માર્ગે ચાલીએ છીએ અને પ્રયત્ન કરીએ છીએ. અમારી સાધના જ કે કોઈને ક્લેશ થાય નહીં, આપણે સારી રીતે જીવીએ અને બીજાને સુખી કરીએ. આપણે ભલે થોડું ઘસાવવું પડે ભલે, પણ બીજાને તો ક્લેશ ના થાય એ રીતે આપણે બધાએ જીવન બનાવ્યું છે. અને આપણે આવી રીતે ભજન ભક્તિથી આનંદ કરીએ છીએ. સદાનંદ સાંઈ મહારાજની.
We are deeply blessed to have those profound, inspiring words of wisdom from His Holiness, who has urged us to elevate our unity, our harmony, and inspire not only our families, but communities and the whole world. He drew upon repeatedly the life and message of His Holiness Pramukh Swami Maharaj, who repeatedly inspired us and called upon us to find joy in the joy of others, to be blessed by finding our own progress in the progress of others. And Swami Shri also explained how he called upon us to pray and draw strength from God. And so to do just that, we conclude this evening's momentous occasion with a collective prayer, a Samustuti and Prarthana. We shall be singing together 3 renowned Sanskrit prayers of verse, Tomeva Mata Chapita Tomeva, Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu, and the Upanishadic Om Sahana Bhavattu. These words, I'm sure most of us will know already, will be led in by the melodious voice of Pujya Guru Kirtan Swami. May I request all of us now to stand in our places and join in this collective prayer and praise of God and Guru.
Tvameva mata cha pita tvameva bandhuscha sakha tvameva vidya dravinam tvameva sarvam mama deva deva. Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha Guruhu Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shantihi Shantihi Shantihi.
Thank you. We can take our seats now, and we request His Holiness to also take leave. As he does, we thank each and every one of our distinguished guests here, the spiritual leaders, all the speakers, and all the invaluable contributions we received from the over 30 organizations. And we also thank the volunteers behind this event, and of course, all our dear friends in the Hindu community. Thank you so much for being a part of this momentous occasion and helping it be a resounding success. Thank you. Good evening.
पुण्यशाली और गरीब या धनवान, गरीब या धनवान, सबको गोद समावत मंदिर बैठे जहाँ भगवान, सबको गोद समावत मंदिर बैठे जहाँ भगवान, बैठे जहाँ भगवान, बैठे जहाँ भगवान, बैठे जहाँ भगवान, बैठे जहाँ भगवान। कृष्ण शिव स्वामी नारायण इष्ट देव का न्यारा मंदिर, राम कृष्ण शिव स्वामी नारायण इष्ट देव का न्यारा मंदिर, संत समागम ज्ञान कथामृत सदैव बरसनहारा मंदिर, संत समागम ज्ञान कथामृत सदैव बरसनहारा मंदिर, उपासना सेवा भक्ति से अक्षरधाम सब प्यारा मंदिर, उपासना सेवा भक्ति से अक्षरधाम सब प्यारा मंदिर। पधारो